Lately we have a huge news that happened, which is a couple weeks ago, Vancouver house, where it's being flooded, the entire buildings, multiple different layers. So a lot of people are having questions about their condo insurance, and they would like to know all these type of details. Are they covered, or what kind of insurance they should buy, or who's liable for what loss, and things like that. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the common questions that always get asked all the time from my client, and to have all the answers over here. So hopefully it will help you as well too, because these are very frequent asked type of questions. My name is Sandy Gama. I'm insurance and private equity advisors, and welcome to Real Money, Real Talk. And I will talk a little bit more details, and let's get started. Well, first of all, the questions I often get is, my friend has better premiums than I do, or their insurance cheaper than whatever I do. What I want to tell people is that every person has different status or different situations, right? Even the building is different, postal code is different, so there's many factors that will affect the premium. Okay, so even if it's a same building, let's say you have a different unit and you have a neighbor, and you will still find the premium is going to be completely different than yours. The reasons why is because your insurance history is different, right? Your age is different, whether it is a mortgage in place or not, and whether like how many years of insurance that you have. These all can contribute it to the changes of the premium. Okay, so even though you could have completely identical units with the size, like the same amount of bathroom, bedroom, and in the same literally building, which means the postal code is the same, you could still have different premium because of that reason. Now, the second question I get is, should you have condo insurance because the Strata has its own Strata insurance? The reason why to have a condo insurance in place is because the Strata policy has such a high deductible amount. Right now, it's very common to see 25,000. Pretty much most of the buildings I've seen it can go up to 1 million for the deductible. Whether it's insurable at that point, that will be depending on the cases, but it could go quite high, which means the Strata policy most likely will not pay for any smaller claims. They only will pay for catastrophic event. So because of that reason, whatever happened to your own unit, okay, whether it's caused by you or not caused by you, anything that happened to your own unit requires repair, you're liable to fix it. Okay, that's the main reason why you need to have your condo insurance, is to cover the gap where the Strata does not cover. The third question is, if my neighbor caused water leak and then damage to my own unit, do I claim on my own insurance, or it's going to be on the neighbor's insurance? Well, first of all, you do want to talk to your neighbor first. Make sure they open the claim to see if their insurance company is able to fix your unit. Most cases, actually, they do not. For that reason, that's why you still need to claim on your own personal insurance. However, if your neighbors, it depending on the size of the claims, if your neighbor's insurance company is able to take care of it, and you want to make sure you're aware of that one, and you don't want to open a claim to leave a claim history. Okay, so one thing to know is that claim history, whether it's payout or not payout or withdrawal, there's always a record there. That means your next year's premium could potentially go up. My tenant has insurance already. Do I still need to have landlord insurance? The answer is, landlord's insurance is always must to have. Tenant insurance is more of optional. Tenant insurance is to cover for that tenant personal belonging and their liability, right? That's why it's called tenant insurance. So why should have tenant insurance in place? First of all, if it's your tenant who actually caused the losses, then you can claim under the tenant insurance instead of on your own, so that you won't leave a claim history on the record. Okay, that's the main reason why. But there are many cases, in fact, a lot of time it's actually not caused by the tenants, right? So in that case, the tenant's insurance will not have any claim payouts because the tenant is not liable for the loss, right? Let's say a water leak, not because of the misuse, because of the building itself or however happened, that has nothing to do with the tenants at all. So in that way, if you don't have a landlord insurance, you can't even claim on the tenant insurance, then you have to pay out of the pocket, whatever it's under the strata deductible amount. Next question is, does the strata deductible keeps going up? Well, the answer is no. It really depending on the claim history of that building or the multiple building on that specific policy, or even if that something to do with that geographic location based on the postal code. So it is important that you talk to your insurance broker every single year to review the strata policy every year, because I have seen strata policy actually the deductible amounts actually decrease the next year as well too, right? So let's say if their claim hasn't been happening, or they have upgraded a lot of, like, let's say pipings or electricity or things like that, sometimes insurance company will keep the premiums and then have lower deductible amount. So that could happen. So it doesn't always go up. So you need to always make sure that you pay attention to the strata board if they have any announcements for the changes. You need to disclose your home-based business activity. This is very important. Oftentimes I get people ask like, oh, I'm self-employed. It doesn't give me any content. It is actually very important for insurance company to know. If they find out that, let's say at the time of the claim, if they find out that you are doing home business and it was never being disclosed, insurance company can actually decline the claim because they think that it will potentially affect the liability portion of the coverage, right? So you do want to disclose what type of home business that you're doing. For example, you're doing e-commerce, you're doing some consulting or like online teaching, like whatever it does need required to be disclosed. Some of the professional much well known, for example, like as a realtor or insurance broker, all we need to do is disclose and adding us like additional coverage, which is the premium isn't a lot, like additional $25 or $50. Okay, some of the business because involve a little bit more risk from the insurance company perspective, they may require to have a commercial policy in place in order to approval to have a home insurance. Okay, so very important, make sure you do let your insurance broker know that if you do have any home business activities. This question is, I take care of my parents' home. Doesn't matter if my parents doesn't live within the lower mainland or out of countries or things like that. It is very important. Anyone who is not on title and is live outside of the mainland, which means within 50 kilometers, okay, insurance company needs to know. It doesn't matter if it's your family member who take care of it or not. Insurance company will still treat it as a co-absentee of landlord. Okay, without this disclosure, again, if there's any claim happens, then it likely could potentially decline, because that will be the questions the adjuster will ask, like how come the landlord or the owner of the building is not here, right? Like how come I cannot get in touch with this owner at all? Okay, next question will be, why do home insurance premium increase every single year? The insurance increase every year happens to pretty much 95% of people. However, I do have seen premium doesn't go up, it could stay as a flat for a couple of years or even decrease a tiny little bit. It does happen to some of my clients. It isn't always 100% always increase every single year, but most likely it will have a little bit adjustment between could go between 2% all the way to 10%. These are actually normal increase every single year. It's to adjust to the inflation, because the building cost is going up as well. Labor cost is going up as well. So it really is a balance of profit and loss, right? That's what the insurance company evaluates. That's the reason why premium goes up every single year. Just like any food, right? Like any inflations, whatever you buy, it's much more expensive than before. So next question is, what could affect my premium that I need to be aware, right? So first of all, there are many factors again will contribute to the differences for the premium, and this is the reason why a broker who adds a lot of details, it's very important because they're trying to give you as many discounts as possible, and also give accurate information to insurance company so that you will not have any problems at the time of the claim. Okay, so what could affect the premiums? Let's say if we use the same building, right, same locations, like even like similar square footage, age will make a difference. The older you get, the lower premium you get. It's opposite than the life insurance. Okay, your claim history, right? If you had a previous claim history, then you won't get additional discount on that. If you have been having the same insurance with the same insurance company, you could also get additional discount on that. If you have a mortgage on the property, that also will make a difference. Mortgage free has additional discount. So again, these tiny stuff are making the differences of the premium, right? Obviously, the geographic location overall of that entire area for the claim history will also make a differences for the premium, even though with similar geographic location. Okay, last but not least, of course, is the inside the portion, the content, what is being covered for, right? There are things that could be added, for example, earthquake, water damage coverage. These are the little details. Also, the policy deductible could be different too, right? So you kind of have to really compare apple to apple rather than just first come out like, how come my premium is it's higher than my friend? Well, you have to take a look at the details. What type of coverage is that? What kind of situation, right, that they are getting? That's why they are having a such better premium. Okay, so definitely always talk to your insurance broker and to find out the details and then review every single year. Okay, I hope you really like my videos, and if you have more questions about home insurance in general, you can comment below. Remember to turn on the bell and click the subscribe buttons, and then I'll look forward to the next video.